I told you so. But first, I'm not here to stand on my soapbox. I'm here to get down to it. So let's get down to the brass tacks of the PPP. Shake Shack, calling you out, Shake Shack, has been in the news recently, just today, yesterday. The CEO has given back $10 million of PPP money that he's taken from the program that was set aside for small businesses, 500 employees or less. Right now, he's getting a lot of praise for it. He did the right thing. I'll tell you right now, CEO, you shouldn't have taken it in the first place. It's set aside for small businesses, 500 employees or less. So here's how this works, Shake Shack. You have a lot of subsidiaries underneath your companies as independent stores running as small businesses with all those employees. All the money rolls up. You're not a small business. As a matter of fact, you're publicly fucking traded. So what does that mean? Don't take advantage of the PPP program that's set aside for true small businesses, the barbershops, the small medical practices, the gyms, all those small businesses, right? Restaurants. Let's talk restaurants since you're in the restaurant industry. You're publicly traded, which means is that go to the public market and raise your funds. That's what you should have done in the first fucking place. But now that you did and you're able to secure that loan, you're giving it back. Why? Not only because it's the right thing to do, it's because you guys are about to get fucking caught. And so is Potbelly, so is Ruth Chris, and so is the other guys. This is a domino effect. And I hate to say I told you so, but I fucking told you so. This is only the appetizer of the main course that's coming. Now, let's get down to the brass tacks. The big businesses who apply for these loans and got them, right? Because they have such an existing relationship with the banks, and all the small businesses that sent their applications in got pushed to the back of the line. So the big businesses like Shake Shack, Ruth Chris, Potbelly, went ahead to the front of the line and got your money. Now the big banks, you're just as at fault. JP Morgan Chase, JP Morgan Chase. You guys are the banks that approve the funds for Shake Shack. So for people who don't understand how this whole process works and how the banks are making money off by approving anybody who comes in, their clients first, big businesses clients first, let me do the math for you. It's simple math, all right? A bank makes anywhere from 4 to 5% on processing the application. A bank that has a $10 billion cap that has money reserved for the PPP program that they lend out, right? They're exhausted within a matter of a few days, maybe a week. And I told you the money was gonna fucking run out, right? $10 billion, 4%, let's go 4% on the conservative side of $10 billion is $400 million that bank, big bank, got just for processing the applications and give the money to big businesses who didn't fucking need it because it's 100% backed by the government. Again, it's coming down to business ethics. Big banks, you're just as guilty as Shake Shack is. What I ask for everybody to do, and I'll say it again, is big businesses, don't take the money if you don't fucking need it. Round 2 is on its way. The government has no choice but to stick more money into the program, right? We're already a few trillion in debt. What's a couple more $100 billion, right? It's already on its way because the people who got pushed to the back of the line, the true small businesses that needed it, they have no choice but to give them more money and access to money for them to stay alive, right? I can't tell you enough. Their lives for the small business owner it's on the line. They have risked everything to build their business to where they're at today. So I'm asking you, do the right thing, have pure business ethics, and don't take the money if you don't need it. And banks and lawyers, don't push the money on your clients if you know they don't fucking need it. Especially a lot of you banks. You sit down with your clients and you go over financial reviews, cores, you go over P&Ls, you go over projections, you look at the future, forecasts. You do all that already. You should know whether or not Shake Shack needed it or not. When you saw that come through, something should have said, hey, Shake Shack, we've seen your financials, even though you may have lost money, right, over the course of 3, 4, 5 years, right? You still don't classify as this a bailout to help keep your head above water. If businesses, big businesses, if you're not building your fucking war chest, then you deserve to go out of business, all right? And especially if you're publicly traded, go to the public fucking market. Pick up the phone, call other investors, or do whatever you gotta do to raise money. If you don't, then you deserve to go out of business. After this is all done and the smoke clears, and the federal government is gonna come back and they're gonna audit this. Now it's on their fucking radar. They're coming for you. Remember, in the end, the House always fucking wins.